managed to do. If you look at their games that they have won, it's usually either with these picks such as Meepo, right, or Chassis popping off with that mid lane Void Spirit. But enough about those boys. We have Team Secret, we have Team Nigma here, and this is already fun for me. These bans are completely different than from the ones of the first series, and this is the hypest part of this game for me, the draft stage. It completely changes the way the meta is played when these two teams face each other, because they're on the next level. Puppy and Kuro, they're on the next level of drafts.
As long as they don't pick Sven and Viper in the same draft.
Yeah. You didn't bring that one up, didn't you?
I thought I'd, just push it through. But I like the point that you make about ODC. I think it kind of goes to Nigma as well, where the games that they perform really well in, it is this Batrider, this Ember, this core on position 1 or 2 that can make these earlier moves. When they don't have, and they have like farm intensive 1-2s where they have item based timings and not just like a level based timing, they force mind control to make these plays. And it's that age old argument that people keep having nowadays, which is like the sacrificial mind control, yada yada yada. But this is kind of where Nigma put themselves in draft.
Do you believe that they sacrifice mind control? Tell me.
Yeah, I do, of course, yes. If you head on over to now, I'm not even going to try and advertise that terrible Reddit post. It's so lackluster in depth, but anyway.
Got a thing to show you guys. Kuroki decided to delay something, so he ended up with a 30-second penalty on their timing for this draft as well.
Damn, wow, cool. Who needs time anyway? These guys know each other.
Maybe it's better.
Just going to lock it in, you know.
Pressure, the fire under the...
Why not? Just make it harder for yourself.
No, but anyway, like looking at like the whole point of Nigma, it's the fact that when they don't have a position 1 and 2 that can make these earlier moves and they need to farm for that 15-20 minute mark, it does put them in a difficult position of having to play off of their offlaner. And normally, like offlaners, you pick them quite early in the draft, especially if you're second pick, you don't have a good matchup, you then put yourself in a very difficult position because of that innate play style of, especially with Weeha, he's a very farm intensive player, unless he's on a hero that has to go, for example, Batrider. So I think that potentially could be a big factor in why we're not seeing them really kind of prosper right now.
Shadow Demon.
They go Shadow Demon. This is a different opening. I don't think we've actually seen them pick Shadow Demon at all in this tournament, I don't think.
It's banned out very often. Yeah. We've seen a lot of Shadow Demon in the first week, but then it got banned out because it's just true. The hero is just way too strong. It just gives you too many things. But for mind control, I would argue that you can draft offlaners that are always strong and just give him those heroes, and that's it. I think you have to focus on Wee more, give him a better matchup, but we'll see, because
it's about the depth of draft, you know, like if you pick up let's say the mind control hero early, but then you end your draft and your only form of team fight or initiation is that first pick of like core, you then already have...
If you draft Axe, no matter when you draft it, if they at least have one more pick to go with, they can counter it. But if you pick a Pango, Grimstroke is, let's say, banned out, like that Pango is going to do his work no matter what. Yeah, mind control will be able to do his things.
That is very true.
There are heroes that fit that first pick, right? That fit that material and that are played on the offlane and that won't be countered that easily. It's just it comes down to how they want to play the game and where they put their priorities.
And
in this tournament, in this tournament, those priorities weren't really set straight. It definitely didn't work out for them. All right, yeah. I'm down.
We got new heroes, boys. This is the classic. All right, lads, we're kind of out of this tournament. What we feeling today? And Mike was like, "Give me the money, man.
Let's have some fun."
Yeah. No, Banyan is such an insane hero. Like, I'm surprised it's not. I'm not saying like first phased more, but just like picked in general. It's unlocks your ability to run at heroes. It's a decent enough laner if picked correctly. It just gives you presence, of course. In terms of Nigma, they got the flexibility of it being their off-laner on mind control or even position 5. I've seen Kuroki play a couple of times, so
10 seconds
they're owning the draft in that sense, but it's a very strong hero. I just realised we had the Nip game, which was Bounty Hunter Tinker, and then Weeha, Tinker player. Oh, I'm down to see this game.
You're hopeful.
It lasts like an hour or 3. I'm down.
What like your game yesterday? How many minutes? 93?
It was 93 minutes of just absolute sadness.
I don't want to see Bounty Tinker, please not. You know how annoying Techies was in that last game?
Yeah.
Tinker Bounty is up there. Maybe not as annoying as Techies, but it's really up there. That's really something you don't want to see in your pubs. So, there have been many patches in this game in which you would have these combos that are basically, you see them and you're like, okay, we're done. We can't do anything against it. And if this becomes powerful, it's really one of those combos.
Oh, wow.
It's just there was a patch in which if you pick Lash on mid and Omni Knight offlane and you see that picked versus you, you're just done. I really hope that won't come back into the play. Beastmaster picked up by Secret. You have those Necros that you can build. That's pretty decent versus the Bounty Hunter. You can also group up very early on. One of the things that Bounty Hunter right now needs, if you are playing it as that core position, is an Aghanims. And there is a small downtime. Doesn't necessarily always have to be that small. And if you can take advantage of that and constantly fight as a team and take objectives, he will come online way too late. So if the Bounty Hunter is your position 3 in this game.
Yeah. But I don't think Secret will fall into a trap. I like the fact that, again, with the Beastmaster, it's you now cover yourselves from the fact that you don't really have a lot of push. The lockdown, the side of the Raw isn't too great because, of course, you've got the Shadow Demon. Oh, wow. Brew. Am I a fan of this? I'm never really a fan of Brewmaster.
You can dispel the Necros. You can dispel a lot of stuff here, right? Okay. From the
sure.
Beastmaster. The hero itself,
10 seconds
way too much success right now. Gives you some pretty sick team fight overall.
But my fear though is like when you mention like the drafts that Nigma have been unable to kind of match against other teams, it's the fact that they are locked into some type of cooldown, or they don't have that pacing to push out waves or take clean team fights consistently. And then you look at Secret right now. They've shown 2 supports off lane. The off lane can take your towers. They've not had to show. They picked PA, so PA is a very good laner against the Brewmaster. And now you're going to have... Yeah, it's like they don't have any cooldowns. They're not locked into anything. The Raw isn't really good this game anyway because you have Shadow Demon. So it's mainly Beastmaster is your just Necro buy push potential. So, yeah, this is... I question the Brew pick, honestly, but we'll see. Maybe they have a master plan for it.
Yeah, up until that point, you were happy with this. Maybe throwing you off a little bit for now.
Yeah, I was fine with everything.
They threw us off maybe a little bit too much now.
Yeah.
The Brewmaster most likely is their offlane, right? That leaves the Bounty 5 or something. Now Kuro, he definitely likes to experiment with these different position 5s. I don't know that Bounty Hunter does way too well there. Even if you lane it versus Beast and Rubik, you can't really do a lot there. It doesn't look... There is a slight chance that the Bounty might even be mid. It's something that some teams
carry, maybe?
Yeah, even carry, that's also an option. So it's still a little bit flexible, but Secret right now is just looking better. Their 4 picks check way too many boxes. And on the side of Nigma, nothing is pretty much checked. You don't have burst. You don't have outpush. You have some team fight, the Brewmaster, but it definitely isn't enough.
Not enough, yeah.
But on the more positive side, maybe, you do have Brewmaster currently against like a single core. Beastmaster, sure, he can push, but it's like you don't really care about him too much in the fights. So if you just cyclone the PA at the start of these fights, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Also, that was really loud in my ear. It was really like...
We didn't even have them before.
No, yeah, now I get to hear every voice.
You asked me something in the last draft.
I just saw you flick out your earpiece as well.
While you were asking me, Rubik was picked and he started his gibberish and I couldn't even hear what you were saying, so I just flicked it out.
So now, okay, you have Naga against Beastmaster, which is an age-old classic matchup. You have Naga high armor, you have the illusions that you can just send to kill the boar, you always push out your lane, so the pressure of losing your tower is never there. So Nigma has a very strong lane against his Beastmaster, and in terms of that team fight, now I can see you have, sure, obviously PA picked after Brew, but you have the Brew, you take away the PA in the start of the fight, and there's no real innate frontline for Secret right now. So if you do jump those backlines, you have the track on them, you will be able to kill them. As long as Nigma pick a very active mid that can jump the backlines, play with the bounty, I can see how their draft has rounded out.
It doesn't look too bad, but they don't go for that. They go for a more sturdy kind of a mid laner. That SF. It's completely different from what they picked before.
It is very different.
It looks alright though. The problem is this Naga doesn't really love to buy that BKB way too much. They don't really have ways of dealing with Will-O-Wisp as well. Kotl looks like such a blast of a hero in this game. You have Rubik with instant lift. You have Roar versus the Panda. And yeah, Panda might be able to cyclone PA. he needs to really be careful how he uses his primal split overall.
Yeah,
it's different though. From Nigma, this is very different.
Like they're gonna basically be playing off of the BKB timing of the Shadow Fiend to then try and make aggressive moves and hopefully if Naga should have a very solid lane, you get Manta Diffusal, you can move across the map. Again, Naga get high armor, right? Buys Butterfly, can deal with the PA in those early engagements.
This is full aggression.
My fear is simply Nigma have kind of put themselves in that corner where outside of Shadow Fiend Naga, your lane push is kind of questionable. Of course, Shadow Demon can do it, Brew can do it, just take a little bit more time. They just have to wait again for items. And I said that at the start of this draft, right? Like Nigma's problem, I believe, is they focus primarily on heroes that need items on Weeha and Miracle, and then they play off of mind control.
My problem is who is their position 5 here? Is it Bounty or is it? I
think there's a lot of flexibility here where all 3 of these heroes can pretty much be 3, 4, or 5 on the right-hand side of Nigma's draft.
All right.
I'm not really much of a fan. I think Secret...
It's flexible, but it doesn't look good.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Be uncomfortable, right? You can flex it, but it's not going to be where you want it to be. And for Nigma, I guess if this is any game you want to try something wild on, this is the game to do it. But you've already out.
Game of the series, you know, and if you do manage to win this game, it puts you that one step ahead because now they have other heroes that they have to address in that banning stage, in the first banning stage. So
they do have
weird, like squirky.
Yeah, they do have answers to like the laning phase elements, the early team fights. It's the issue of those answers come around items and come around like not being too much under too much pressure. And if Secret just played together at one point, this Quap should have a good mid lane. And if she makes these early moves and like unlocks maybe an early tier 1 tab playing off the beast, then suddenly your map's a little bit more collapsed. You don't really find farm on your Naga Shadow Fiend. Your Brew might not have a good lane because PA should free farm. Like it puts you in a difficult spot. And it gives me vibes of the game they played yesterday with the Viper Sven type situation where in theory it's a good draft, but you never get in the position of just bunkering down in the lane and playing out like a farm moment, you know, so that's why I think Secret will take this game.
Okay, so you're going with Secret. Lizard, what are you saying?
Secret looks like they can kill people. I'll go with Secret.
They look like they can kill people. Generally, that's the way it wants to go, Dota, right? Go and grab all those kills of it, and we're going to go and get ourselves into the game. It seems like Secret is the favored side, even with the quirky picks coming out from Nigma. But ODPixel and Lacoste, you begin. What do you make of it all?
I don't know. I mean, Lacoste, what do you make of it? Would you sort of side with the panel here? Do you think this is a game that Secret's come into off the back of the draft as the stronger side, or do you sort of see the magic that Kuro was looking for with this draft?
I feel like Team Secret has a better draft. Like they're gonna be strong at every single stage of the game. Like if you just look at the team fight potential, Will-O-Wisp, they don't have the good heroes that can hit the Will-O-Wisp, except Naga maybe uses Sleep. Also, they have good ways of dealing with the illusions, like Phantom Assassin. You have a built-in cleave on level 15, but you still want to like get the Battle Fury. It depends how this game develops.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what Matu goes. I mean, maybe it's going to be some sort of like Deso into a Battle Fury or something. You know, we see sort of other heroes like Ricky, you know, you get like the Diffusal, then the Battle Fury. So you still hit that strong timing with that item that works so well with the hero, and then you can itemize in a way that helps you against the opponents. But yeah, we'll see what he gets away with in that fashion. Do you like the sort of tempo that Nigma's going to be able to play with this SF and Naga Siren duo core? Does that sort of, do these heroes sort of work off each other quite nicely in their timings?
Once Shadow Fiend like hits level 15, Presence Aura affects buildings. Naga Siren, if she has a good laning stage, should have like diff Manta style, I'd say. So this is the peak timing that they're looking for. I mean, they can go for a super late game with these heroes. The only thing that concerns me is this Brewmaster. I'm really not a big fan of the hero, and I don't know. It just feels so underwhelming. You use like first split, and if you get nothing out of it, then for the next 2 minutes, I don't know. I've seen just way too many Brewmasters failing, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you feel it's very much a hero that if you have a bad start, you can be one of those offlaners that quickly becomes a third support on the team.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to see what Kuro can do. Like, I see Ward behind the tier 1 tower, so that means that he wants to hunt the couriers. He already saw one. Let's see if Nisha. I mean, you should not be using courier like this. That's a free
Yeah, I was
goal.
going to say, I feel like normally when the bounty's in the game, we're seeing sort of the pro players be a lot careful with more careful with those moves. You know, it's the first time this game, so I'm sure, you know, the rest are secret. They'll see that Nisha lost his courier there. They'll be like, all right, guys, let's not forget there's a bounty. Kuro's going to be on the constant hunt for those couriers. As mid lane, Kuro's going to come in and give Nisha a good old slap as well. Bringing it down low. Nisha, of course, does just have that salve out that he was able to get alongside one more tango, so should be okay with the regen.
You should be using definitely those couriers more carefully, especially when bounty is missing.
Yep.
Wait for him to show on the lane, then use it. So far, top lane going well. I mean, it's a solo Naga Siren. This is the hero that you want to give free farm to. Like,
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Tier 2
top
tower down bottom,
is
but they've got to
under
start
attack.
bringing back the defenses. It's mind control. TP's back. Double damage as well on Nisha. Will force out a fortification from Nigma. The rest of Nigma still yet to return to the defense.
Radiant's bottom
You would imagine
tower
Secret
is
are
under
going to try and
attack.
poke once more. They've now got the creeps coming in on mid, so they'll try for the outer towers. Go for the tier 2 mid.
Radiant's bottom tower
Still
is
Aegis
under
on them, so I believe they want
has
to
fallen.
take this fight. The problem is Naga Siren is split pushing a lot, dealing with the waves. There's always going to be a bounty hunter, so you can't like bring your items. Couragers, they're worth so
Dire's
much
turret
gold for the
has
team.
been killed.
Yeah, they are just continue to
Like
snipe.
right now, that's 400 gold for his team.
Yeah, both sides got to be a little more careful with the micro.
Are scanning.
As Miracle keeping both mid and bottom controlled with the creep skipping. See what Secret's response is going to be. Zai's got a lot of money stockpiled, wants to, at least has queued up the Vlads to add to the potential for the power for this PM, making sure that Matu's got some lifesteal to rely on in the center of the fights. Looks like they just want to work towards their next big timing. Secret, Matu very close to having his BKB. Over on Nigma, Weehard does have his own BKB complete, but it has been a BKB rush. This is the first major item that he does have as the SF. And Miracle's got those two. He's got the two main items done. The Manta and Diffuser, 21 minutes. Not a bad timing at all. Still good progress for the Naga Siren. It's just the pressure on the rest of his team to pick up the pace and get their second items online as soon as possible, as they have had a slow start. But maybe this Naga Siren can be what holds Nigma in the game long enough to get to the point where Miracle can sort of carry this game through to the late game. They do, as we see, also have GH obviously on the SD with those disruptions to make additional illusions to really do their best at keeping multiple lanes pushed out away from their base.
Yeah, now that Shadowfin has that BKB, he can stand his ground and fight, even though you're like playing against PA, Beastmasters, Roar, Sonic. There's a lot of tools, but at least you can somehow take care of yourself. And Noxel tweeted at me,
Oh yeah?
saying that it's 654 is the 28th fastest Necrobook since
Oh,
the
only
i5.
28.
Oh. Record is
Oh.
525 by Raven against Boom. Wow, that 5-minute Necrobook, huh?
I mean, times change, things change in the game. I'm sure, 28 for the world is still kind of in pro games. It's still impressive. I'm sure Zai's happy being 28th best there for the Necrobook timing. And his other timing show, they're going to be still very solid. We're still seeing this game. Zai's up there, and he's got the same farm as Miracle's Naga Siren right now. I mean, pretty much all three cores of Secret have the same farm as Miracle's Naga at this stage. And that's sort of the real issue. These three cores are going to run down your lanes, and is a Naga Siren going to be able to keep the pressure off on her own? Probably not. As Secret, they move in down bottom, they take out
God, these towers,
tier
they
2.
just melt.
They do.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Deso, the Necrobook, and Zai is already halfway on the way towards that Assault Cuirass. So when that's done, you add that into the mix, these buildings are going to fall in seconds. GH is caught out. This Puppy and Nisha come back to sweep the map and try and push back on this top lane, where Miracle was trying to finish off the tier 1. And with the illusions, he's going to get close. Nisha, can he kill them off in time? He's going to be able to do the second best and find the tower deny in front of them. This really is, 11k down at the moment, Nigma. 15-3, Secret with the lead. It's a big old game for Miracle to try and carry on his shoulders. Can you sort of see a world where this Naga Siren can carry this game, Lacoste? How hard is it for Miracle right now?
No, it's hard. I can see the world if somehow someone from Team Secret disconnects and is not able to reconnect to the game. But it really is hard right now. They're just choking them. Only one who farms pretty much is Naga Siren, and anything that comes like close to tier 3 towers, Shadowfin is gonna clear up, but the rest of the map is just controlled by Team Secret. Also, you don't necessarily need to like go try to finish the game right now. Just to keep controlling the map, to get the advantage going, finish the second rows, cheese and Aegis on both of your cores. I don't think you can die. There's no real burst damage, so they can't really just instantly pop you. Next Roche may respawn in 35 seconds. Nigma knows something is up, and they're gonna smoke.
Now, already got mind control. Starting to jump onto Puppy. With Miracle out of the wraparound, they should have a good shot at taking down this Keeper of the Light. Puppy does knock them back with the blinding light and has dropped the Will of the Wisp, but in come the Razes, and Puppy is one raise away from falling. It's not even needed. Miracle will be able to take him out with the right clicks. They get the kill. Puppy buys back immediately. At the same time, they got to the backlines. They were able to take out Karoma spots. Raw comes out. Zai is going to be able to turn, throw the axes out, trying to clear out the Primal Split from Mind Control, and the Mind Control Primal Split, it's dying. He is going to die through the Primal Split. The Sonic Wave knocking back Miracle. We are just melts in the pit. It's a double buyback for Nigma. Miracle's in trouble. He's silenced, lifted up by the telekinesis. He will fall. No buyback available for the Naga Siren. So despite the 2 buybacks from Nigma, it's still going to be very hard for them to do anything because Miracle is dead for 40. GH is going to try for the TP out. They got the damage. They do. Matu's able to jump in, slice him out. As it's now 20 to 5, 13k lead. Secret can readjust, move back towards the pit, finish this Roshan for sure. As this game continues to get rougher and rougher for Nigma.
It's hard for them to like approach a team fight, even though they killed Keeper of the Light, who used Will of the Wisp. Everyone from Team Secret came closer to the Roach pit. It was an extremely fast Roach spawn. Keeper of the Light buys back, comes back to a fight with the mech. Like, they have way too many tools of controlling Naga Siren. If she uses Manta Style, she's gonna get either silenced or she's gonna get Primal Roared. And they have very good heroes of controlling like the backlines. Shadow Demon, cast range talent, Ether Lance needs to stand so far away. Like, his job is to use Disruption defensively on the target that is Primal Roared. It's still not enough, it's gonna die. So Cheese and Aegis, another Arcane Rune for Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha's been doing an excellent job making sure that he's always grabbing the runes. He's had some big ones this game. And I mean, at this point, it's just so tough for Nigma. Secret are massive on all 3 cores. They're just neck and neck with how farm they are. They're all at the top. So I say only Miracle with decent farm on Team Nigma right now. We are going to have a little bit of a pause as we get a quick check on Miracle's back. But this game, it's going to be rough. Weehar's had a tough one this game. 1-5-3 on the SF. He's just not been able to play to his timings. There's been a lot of pressure on the mid lane with the speed that, you know, sort of the speed that Zai got that early Necro book online was the catalyst for what we've seen in this mid game. It seems as this farm Beastmaster has just been able to roam the map, take objectives, take kills, and they really haven't been able to do anything about Zai. He's just too farmed. There was not enough control on him up top. Obviously, Nigma felt that they were better focused on having Kuro just hunt for the couriers. But he just left that whole top half of the map free for Secret to have to themselves for the whole first half of this game.
He created so much space with the Beastmaster controlling the vision that early Necro 3 since like 12th minute. He's been just controlling the map, getting rid of the observer wards, and it's so hard to maintain a vision. Like, if you think about the vision, someone has a hawk, you put down an observer ward underneath the hawk's vision, it's going to get devorted. So you wasted a lot of time with your position 5, and resources gave them gold and experience.
No, it's an incredibly hard hero to play against, especially when you have this hero like the Naga Siren that needs to have this area of the map, you know, correctly warded in a way that allows Miracle to be able to safely get out and farm without the warrior Secret being on the hunt of him. As we have seen indeed with the Beastmaster play, that map control has been denied from Nigma multiple times.
Well, the thing about Nigma's lineup right now is they have no abilities that go through BKB, and there's already 2 BKBs on Secret. So, like, Queen of Pain blinks in, PA blinks in, what do? Like, you're forced to just run, which you can't.
Yeah, it's just rough. It literally is just 3 free farmed carries on Secret right now. Ready to go. Insanely stacked.
Seems like no one noticed that Miracle reconnected.
No, I see it. It says he's reconnected. There we go. There we go. Already looks like Chiropractor's giving it an all go ahead. Now back into the action. Nisha immediately going to start things off, killing off GH with the Orchid, jumps over towards Kuro. Sentry is down. Kuro will manage to get just out of range of this. So turn, get the track onto Puppey. Puppey dropping down the Will-O-Wisp. Already Zai finds Kuro. They still get him nonetheless. Secret, they're just jumping into the base right now. They're so far ahead. They have very little to fear from Nigma's lineup with the lead that they've amassed here in this 27-minute game so far. Jumping from Nisha, pushing back both Mind Control and Miracle. Mind Control has got a split at the ready if they're able to find some sort of a team fight to get going. But even if they do, Secret, Matu, level 18, Deso, Basha, BKB, Nisha, level 19, there's Maelstrom, Orchid, BKB, 2,700 gold as well in his pocket.
That's a lot of items that you just said.
Yeah. And he pops the BK. They were trying to go for some song into a Requiem, but he just died in a couple of crits from the
This
PA.
is what we call a B-kick B.
Yes. Yes, indeed. This game, not one of Nigma's finest. It was a rough one. As Secret have just destroyed them in all areas here. 20k lead, they're just cleaning up the base now.
Yep.
I think we may see this one come to an end pretty abruptly.
When Miracle sends the illusions, Nisha just uses Scream of Pain, Puppey lowers the cooldown, another Scream of Pain, they instantly clear them. At the start of this game, I was like, man, Bounty Hunter position 5 feels good to play for like 1, 2, 3 minutes, and I wanted to play it like after this series is done. Now I changed my mind.
It's been a rough one. He did get the couriers though. We did see a few couriers die at the beginning. But other than that... Oh no. There he goes again. We are popped in a couple of hits. Off he goes. He's dead. Nisha sets up with the Sonic Wave on Miracle. Miracle is able to pop out with the Manta, but they jump across. They kill him out. The buybacks are coming out. GH, he's not a man to give up. He's still holding on. Another song from Yapzor. He's coming with the encore. The crowd goes mild as everybody is staying at home for social distancing as they should be. And that's it. Game is over. 28k lead, 27-6. Maybe Nigma's going to have a better time in game 2. This game 1, it wasn't close, Lacan.
5
and
seconds remaining.
You're outnumbered.
he lives in Ukraine, so he's gonna side with me.
I
We're
see.
just outnumbered.
We also live near each other, so like me and Lizard have that.
Yeah, literally like within 50 meters or something.
What, really?
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Oh, that's cool.
Living it up in Kiev, me and Lizard.
Dire team
nice.
back.
We just let you guys go over to wherever you're from. You can stay on that side of the river.
Completely on a different side of the river.
We're on the right
We
side of
don't
the
want
river.
to meddle with you.
I don't even try and describe the colourfulness of where we live. It's whew. You can literally see it on Google Maps. It's that bright. From the sky, you're like, oh, I can pinpoint it because it's that bloody bright.
Dire
All right, so
team
what are you
backs.
hoping we're going to see
Turn
differently
back.
from Nigma here? Because it's their picks, right, on what they're going to be looking at is the ban side of things. That was probably not going to change too much, but it's the picking of what they want and what they can utilize here.
I think right now already the respect ban of the Rubik, like he pretty much
Dire
stole
team
every
back.
big fighting spell that Nigma had and then used it better than what Nigma did in the fight. So much respect going towards that Rubik ban.
Look at this. 5 out of 6 heroes right now that are banned out are supports.
Yeah.
So you can see really on the tier 1, like the real tier 1 games, they're really focusing on banning out those supports.
They unlock the combos,
Yeah,
right?
they completely unlock the game the way you want to play it, especially these heroes. Wisp game changer, Chen game changer,
10
Phoenix
seconds
with the right combos
So
as
many
well,
times, yep.
impacts the game completely.
5 seconds
Rubik,
remaining.
if played in the right hands, both of these teams have really good Rubik players. I would say Yabzor is one of the best in the world, right?
course, of
Like
course.
FY, Yabzor. Who else would you put there?
Yeah, covered it.
Yourself.
No. You're getting carried away now, Liz, please. You're making me blush.
I know you're Warlock. Like so T Governor. The moment how I met him is this British, very polite player in the pubs that always plays his 5s and is very politely telling you what is supposed to be happening in the game. Some people can
10
find that
seconds
really
remaining.
great to work with. You know, some people can find it a little bit condescending and don't want to
Of
play with
course.
him anymore.
Like,
So Lizard stopped playing with you at this point?
oh no, we never played together. Like, the issue is, right, like, I play POS 5 and like, I'll try and like do my thing because you're a 5 player, so you try and use your mic, and then people are like, shut up, man, you're British. Oh, God, you're terrible. And it's like, true. I'm not going to argue on that one. But how about we go for Roshan? They're like, nah. And then we lose the game, and I'm like, nah, whatever.
So you try to be nice, you try to be diplomatic, and instead you
And
get
sometimes I
slapped.
crumble. I won't lie. You do get to like that 9-game loss streak, and then you just hit open mic and you just blurt it out.
So-
but, you know, you try.
Moving back to the draft,
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
seen
yeah.
an Ember banned out and Shaker picked up by Secret now. This Shaker is great. In the right hands, it can really work well. However, what I would like to see
10
from Nigma is something like a
remaining.
clockwork, perhaps, for GH earlier on. They've had some
5
success
seconds
when
remaining.
their position 4 isn't greedy at all, sorry.
No, we're just having a
And
look,
they can
yeah.
just, I just touched his show.
I was just trying to finish off what we started yesterday.
This
nice.
is also pretty good. It's another one that doesn't need a lot of space, doesn't need a lot of farm. Obviously can benefit from it, but not nearly as much as a Shaker. So you're already setting yourself up for this fast-paced kind of a playstyle. And you might be able to punish Secret for picking a Shaker in the first stage.
10
The thing is though, with
seconds
Secret and
remaining.
Shaker, they just flex it between their 4 and 5. Like, it's not as if
Do they
they're
ever
hard.
play it on 5?
Yeah, they have. They played it on Puppy in one game. I think it was like the opening game of the WePlay tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. I mean, Puppy can play anything pretty much.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at Shaker, you're thinking about these combos as well on the offlane. Now for Nigma, they have to consider your Bat Riders, your Necros, your Pugnas, and because of that, they need to draft accordingly as well. Their second pick, they will put a lot of thought into it.
Team
You know what I'd love to see actually from... Oh, we got the cow! Yes! Oh, my boy.
You don't. You know what's weird? Like,
Yep.
I don't see you as a Spirit Breaker kind of a player.
Mate, I loved... Oh, mate.
That's
me and
complete.
the
Like
cow.
Dota
So what you just
players-
said about him is the opposite
Oh,
of this.
complete at least when I see him, I think of Warlock,
10
Dazzle,
seconds remaining.
Keeper of the Light. These polite heroes that heal you.
His face is
have
not
some
agreeing with
polite
this.
fights.
I can take it. I can take it.
I don't see him like I don't see him as a Spirit Breaker player, but he enjoys it. And tell us why is Spirit Breaker great?
Okay,
here?
so... All right, first of all, Nick has really struggled to, win much or anything right now. And why? Because they can't muster any aggression. What's the most aggressive hero in the game? Spirit Breaker. What's the hero when a new guy wants to play Dota and you're like, what's the easiest hero to start on, but has the highest skill cap in my... I'm not going to try and do that one. It's Spirit Breaker, right? You just want to go. Timbersaw, reaction pick, 2 strength heroes. It's going to be pretty strong in laning phase. But you got a Vessel Buy on the Earth Spirit, and it's simply the fact they have so many mechanisms to collapse on laning phase. I think if they can just continue to get a nice bit of oomph in their draft, get me a Darks in here. Let me just have some all-out run.
Yeah.
All my opinions are now diluted by seeing the count.
Now going back into reality, they did
real
pick
world
Timbersaw versus these 2 heroes.
Yep.
Timbersaw should have a very decent game already. You don't have a... If these 2 are supports, they are 4 and 5. I guess Spirit Breaker will be your 5. It doesn't feel that great. If it's the offlane Spirit Breaker, then it's comboed with a position 4 Earth Spirit. The laning stage itself isn't that great unless they pick something different, some 5 that can work with him in lane. Already, these 2 are big, beefy, aggressive boys. They're completely different from whatever Team Nigma has picked before, but I already am not the biggest fan. Not very encouraged by this.
I got a little bit, I won't get too carried away, but no. We got to think about... So last time they actually played Spirit Breaker on Nigma was when they had Weehaw playing the Meepo mid, and they put the Spirit Breaker on offlane. So they have shown... It was like a month ago as well. So it's like one game, they've played it, and it's that ability just to be able to fight. The important thing here is Earthshaker, we already mentioned it many times during a draft, it's a hero that needs time. If it's position 5, it's fine because you just exist, you play off Fissure, it's whatever. But if you're pos 4, you feel like you need to take a lane to farm. And the good thing here for Nigma is Timbersaw, he likes to stay in the lane and be static and not really leave. He likes to pressure. He can TP rotate, but then you displace him. He never pressures the tower. So now you have the issue where, the ability to ignore the Timber. Sure, he has a good lane, but you might be able to own the rest of the map, right? Because you're pressuring with numbers advantage. And
let's just talk about these 2 picks that have been picked out right now. Pugna from Nigma, obviously, they're super capable of playing the hero. It's a deny pick because maybe Secret are thinking about that combo Shaker Pugna. At the same time, instantly from Secret comes out the Oracle. That's not only good versus the Pugna, but there's a slight chance that Nigma still go for that mind control Darks here. Right now, I don't think there's a chance because you did pick the Oracle and the pick is pretty much denied. So
this is, I think, kind of like a flex for them where they now have the... okay, so go Ursa. Yeah, like they now have a really strong ability to put Pugna on offlane, Spirit Breaker 5, Spirit 4. Like they can pretty much set up their draft for this last pick. I would prefer to see... Obviously, Ursa in the carry lane, because obviously Ursa with Timbersaw, Ursa has plenty of fun. He can also, if you aggro tri-lane, he's a hero that can stay solo against his Timbersaw. So if you put this Pugna potentially in that offlane role, you're going to have a lot of aggression, a lot of run at you. Oracle by himself doesn't really do much. Like Oracle Earthshaker in the defensive tri-lane isn't too hot. So potentially his first tower could fall pretty easily. Timbersaw doesn't have too great of a time in offlane. There's potential right now because they set themselves up for last pick that this could be a very scary draft for Nigma and unlocked by the Spirit Breaker. I just love the cow.
I love it. What you said as well when you were covering off Spirit Breaker, you're like, they don't want to take fights, right? And all this. So what you're telling me is in game 1 they got beaten so badly that they've just gone for the straight out, we're going to go heads up, run up and fight for this one.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they get
the aggression.
So Lycan does the exact same thing, but in a better way.
He actually just pushed, so this is the big downfall for a lineup that wants to fight. Naturally, a fighting lineup doesn't really come innately with wave clear. What punishes when you can't push out waves and defend your towers? Push. And then they pick up a Lycan on Secret. So pretty much they've identified the fact that they will never be able to get their draft to a fighting position. So as long as they have a way out of the game, a good spot. So I like this Lycan pick for sure. It gives Secret a mechanism of actually playing some of these 10 to 15 minute engagements. Offer up the Timbersaw, trade the tower.
Could you possibly guess in a wild world where Nigma's going to go next?
Well, they have last pick, so it literally could go anywhere. Because Pugna could be mid or offlane, Ursa could be mid or carry, Spirit Breaker could be 5 or there's flexibility in 3 of their heroes right now. Even the Ursa could be.
It's very versatile.
Yeah, all 4 heroes go anywhere.
Yeah,
so you're happy to say they've been versatile this time. This is not as quirky as before.
It's still as quirky. There is better potential for the lanes at least. You won't end up with something like a bounty position 5. Instead, you might end up with a spirit breaker position 5. And how much better that is, I'm still not sold.
He can tell you. He can definitely tell you.
Like, I mean, I've played it quite a lot in pro games. But right now, the hero, if you want to have success with it, needs a little bit of space, needs a little bit of farm.
You need level 2, pretty much. That's what he's saying. You need level 2, charge and bash, and you go. Don't stop.
If there's potential on mid lane, perhaps to play there and to get a hero kill, then yes. But I already see one lane that he's not going to do anything.
Is the Timbersaw lane.
Is the Timbersaw lane. The Lycan lane as well can be very difficult for him to deal with.
But that's why, like, so if so because they picked the Oracle, you have this Earthshaker 4, right? So you've already shown that the position 4 isn't going to be too much of a playmaker. They go for Storm Spirit.
Alright, it does give you a hero that you can dive on.
You can kill him.
Yeah, if you get a hero that's now good on that mid, if you don't put Pugna on the mid lane, if you get something perhaps a little bit more aggressive that can follow up the charge, you might be able to abuse the Storm Spirit pick for quite a long time until he gets that 6.
Like this, I don't know if Meepo is banned, but it's one of those games where the casual players, but they've got Shaker, they got maybe like the Timbersaw. It might be annoying to play, yada yada. But it's like it's such a clear timing of just all-out aggression. The Meepo will be able to farm against Storm. You'll be able to run him over.
It's not the hardest Meepo game, even versus the Shaker and Timber.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The new Skadi build, as long as you manage to play the Earth into the Timbersaw lane and you slow him down a little bit, it would be an all-right of a Meepo game.
He can buy Silverage as well for the Timbersaw. I think it's actually banned out last, actually, the top right corner. I can't see it, but I think it's banned out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
Take that back. It's a very good ban from Secret, but okay. They just need, I think, any lane winner against Storm, and then they just play off of their tempo. Like, the Pugna pretty much unlocks the draft for we can actually take towers but it's just Lycan factors. The double mobility on Lycan Storm, where if you have to kill one, you have to use so many resources that you probably aren't going to kill the other core. Like, you charge, you roll in, you kill Lycan, and then Storm just zips through and the Necro, it gives you laning presence. You should be able to obviously. It
gives you another type of beef, right? It gives you a way to deal with the Timber with that site versus the Storm. You can put it on the offlane now as well versus the Lycan, right? But you're still picking it into an Oracle.
No, exactly.
That's not really that great.
Like, I like the idea. I like the changing up from Nigma. It's just just this Necro. It's all like two heroes I'm not really a fan of are Brew and Necro. And unfortunately, Nigma picked Brew in one game and the Necro in the second. I think they needed maybe one more lockdown to enable the rest of the draft to own the map. I think Necro might be a little bit too passive. Sure, you have the Scythe, but again, like Lizard said, you have the Oracle against it.
Let's look at the upsides. Coming from Team Secret, you know what Shaker is going to be buying.
Yep.
You know what Oracle is going to be buying, and none of these heroes really likes to go for that Vessel. Maybe Oracle, but he's never going to find that farm. So having the Pugna and the Necro can work out for them. They have this beef in front of them, supported by the Necro and the Pugna. There's a lot of sustain coming from them. I actually like this draft quite a lot, and I'll even lean with Team Nigma. I know that so far they've had horrible games, and this doesn't look too great as well, but let's go game 3 at least.
Let's just start on the wild
I just want them to win one series. It doesn't matter to Secret. It matters to us. We want to see tier 1 bots, so.
Our commentators are ready though, so be real quick for me, T-Gov. Where are we going?
Secret.
No, I'm going to go Nigma. I think they might be able to just play a little bit aggressive enough to potentially close it out.
Believe in the breaker.
Believe in the breaker. Last word from T-Gov and Lizard as we move over to ODPixel and Lacoste. And do you really think the Nigma have got a chance in this one, guys? Are you believing with our crazy analysts on the desk?
I don't know. I'm going to leave that one over to the expert, Lacoste. I mean, Lacoste, do you sort of agree with T-Gov and Liz? Do you like this sort of full aggro lineup that Nigma's running this game?
Well, if they can pull it off, like the laning stage, they have 2 ways of like stopping the Lycan. You have a Ghost Shroud, you have a Decrypify on Pugna, a lot of control. Ursa's gonna have a good laning stage if he's matched up against the Timbersaw. So it's a much better draft from Nigma. I'm really liking it more than what they had in game number 1 for sure.
And you, sort of as Tika touched upon, you don't mind that they went for this like Pugna Necro into an Oracle? You think they've got sort of enough ways of getting on top of Puppy in the fights to make sure that he cannot make those clutch saves against whoever gets focused by that magical burst?
That's the downside. That's the part that I don't like.
Yeah.
But they have like 3 gap closing heroes that can find the Oracle. I think this game is going to be super entertaining for sure.
Yeah, we're going to have both squads running at each other for sure. At least, especially if it's Nigma able to make those fights happen on their terms with these, core heroes that they do have, Pugna, Necrophos, and Ursa. They are going to want to collapse on heroes very early on in the game. See on the bounty runes, Nigma's going to be able to get the lion's share of them. 3 bounty runes going towards Team Nigma, so a little bit of a cash boost to help them out at the start of this game. And so the lanes, as it seems to be, as you say, Miracle wanting to be against some of the Timbersaw, but he's not going to find him. Zai's going to be top, Miracle starting bottom. You are still playing into a melee hero lane, so there will be the little bit of carefulness that the Lycan's forced to play with. Matu is on that safe lane because of the threat of these 2 heroes.
Yeah, but you're playing 2 melees now against the Oracle and some wolves, which means that like you get close, you're gonna get harassed a lot. And you can see like Miracle, 300 HP missing.
Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, that's...
Even Yapsor is here.
Yeah, Yapsor's here as well to really mess with the Ursa level 1.
This is a very nice setup from Team Secret. They can run a tri-lane and you leave Timbersaw in 1 versus 1 scenario, which he does not mind. Like, he wants to get the solo XP.
I was going to say, it's a little bit of a repeat of last game as Zai gets the sort of lane set up where he's able to have a pretty free time to start. We saw what he was able to do with that in game 1. We'll see if he can do some similar magic here in game 2. And this mid lane, we are versus Nisha. Obviously, we are had a very rough game in game 1 on his SF. Do you see him? Is he going to have a better time here? I imagine early on in this lane, right, the Necrophos does sort of rule over the Storm Spirit, right?
I wouldn't say he rolls over him, but he definitely, once he gets the levels, the HP sustain, you don't go for a bottle, which Storm Spirit is forced to go to. But I feel like I didn't see this matchup for quite some time. A lot of things, but still feel like it's Necro favored.
Yeah, I mean, it's just playing against sort of the sustain and spam that the Necrophos offers is not going to be too fun for Nisha. He's just going to make sure that he keeps himself topped up. And then obviously on the watch out for potential ganks when they come in. Obviously GH and Kuro, both heroes that can look to get in the face of a Storm Spirit before that level 6 is hit. We're seeing at the moment, side lanes wise, Matu able to utilize the camp as well, getting the most he can from this bottom lane. And top, as you say, Zai, he's going to be more than happy soon to hit the level 3, and at that point he's going to have enough regen to stay pretty much topped up in this lane, despite the spam from Mind Control. And Zai even trying to play a little aggressive there, getting in the face of Mind Control with the Timber Chain. Kuro's making the pulls happen, keeping the lane in good position for Mind Control, and the mid CS continues to be even. Both heroes just pushing, pulling back the lanes each time, the Death Pulses and the Remnants.
Yapsor's still low 1. They're giving solo XP to Lycan, which I think is what they need to do. Like the hero, once he hits like level 6, it's a completely different hero. And Ring of Bassi / Stage Mask is one of the better early game items you can get. Like the mana region is insane.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was them to get a good few rounds of the walls out to help him with the CS. And as you say, just the harass trading with Miracle, despite Miracle having the Fury swipes. And Miracle's going to try and commit here, jumping forward with the Earth Shock. Roll forward for GH. He's able to find slow onto Matu. Matu needs help. The Fisher is out, and Matu, he's going to live. Yapsor and Puppy are able to help out.
First blood.
Just in time, and my goodness, not a second too late either.
And Wolf will be full HP with that healing salve. Extra regen from Tower, Feral Impulse, couple of tangos, and now you're heavily committed.
Yeah, that hurts for the Ursa so much. I mean, you see a Miracle's CS already. He's struggling. Only 6 last hits at the moment down on this bottom lane compared to Matu's 20 last hits, 10 denies. There's a 2-level difference between these heroes. And Miracle just went all in for that attempt. And maybe if he had got that kill, the lane would have been put in a bit of a better state. But he didn't. And now he's going to just continue to suffer here on this bottom lane.
Like Zai is also building these early game items. He understands that I only need to survive. Like I don't need to dominate my lane. I'm playing against the Pugna that buys Raindrop, just buys a Ring of Regen. Pugna is dominating this lane.
He's down in the jungle. GH is trying to trade with Yapso and Puppey, but he is losing this trade. Maybe Miracle can help out. He's trying to run towards Yapso. There is a charge coming in. So Yapso is able to turn with the Fisher though. Kuro and Miracle, they're not going to be able to get it. Yapso with that Fisher play is able to avoid the 2 of them. And again, this is a lot of time where Miracle is moving away from the lane, trying to chase the hero. Matu 28 and 11, and Miracle is still yet to hit the double digits on his CS at 5 minutes in.
They got 3 bounty runes, at least that's something going well for them. But the Matu, man, he's level 5.5.
He's massive. The lane setup really has been perfect for Secret down here. Miracle's going to have some catching up to do, and of course, Ursa not the best of heroes to play from behind. So mid. GH trying for the connection onto Nisha. Nisha is low on the mana. There's a charge coming in onto him, but Nisha's able to turn and get a hit off on the GH. Charge will be cancelled. Obviously too deep for Kuro to dive behind the tier 2s. Can still play aggro onto Puppey. Has the Death Pulse and the Reaper's Scythe available with the 1 charge. We're going to look to see if they can find the Oracle, but Puppey keeping close to the tower, and we by his side, they will have a Fisher. As you said, Yapso playing a very sacrificial position, still level 1 at 6 minutes in, much to Matu's favour, as you say. Matu getting all the XP, but it is going to be he's finally hit his 2 at 6 minutes in. But just interesting to see that is the way that Secret have chosen to play.
It doesn't matter that much if your Earthshaker is like under leveled. He has Boots of Speed. He's good to go. He will get the farm eventually, but if he can secure the lane for his Lycan, that's pretty big.
So, Nisha with the sneaky setup for the true. He's ready to zip in. Mind Control buys a little bit of time for himself with the Decrepify, but he will still fall. Secret successfully ganking the, as you say, pretty much the hero that you would have identified as being the one that was getting the most out of this early game on Nigma's side. You want to slow him down if you're Secret.
Oh, for sure. He was having such a great time in the laning stage. Now they made a rotation. Timbersaw is about to hit level 6. So there's even more kill potential, even though he is a bit low on mana. What is he bringing? Just a Soul Ring. Soul Ring is not that great of an item anymore. Like it got nerfed 2 times. It's also an indirect nerf where you don't like get magic resistance from strength anymore. So that's also a third nerf.
On to Puppey. They will get Reaper. They'll get the Oracle. So there's a support down. Nisha's able to zip in and take out GH though before he TPs away. Kuro also potentially in trouble. Yapso hasn't got a Fisher for 8 seconds. Kuro will just try his best to charge out of this, and with the charge
he's going through the tower. Tower's gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, he stops. He realizes Fisher, it's available in cooldown, but not in mana. Still 10 mana needed. Yapso, there's the W. TP's cancelled, and Yapso will continue to slowly run down Kuro. Kuro, no mana for another charge, and Yapso does have 20 move speed advantage, so we'll be able to chase this one down. It's taking a little bit of time.
Very fire bulldoze.
Puppey's going to come in, and he's going to take the kill for himself. Yapso tried to find it with the Fisher, but Puppey said no. I'm taking that one with the
Puppey's going to give you clarity for that. Like, I stole your kill, we share the XP, I give you clarity. It's a bro situation, can't really blame him.
It almost looked like Puppey didn't even realize that Kuro was there. He was just walking down the lane and said, oh, hang on, you're chasing Kuro? All right, I'll kill him. Now 4 for 1, Secret starting to get a little bit of an early lead, 1k up. Nigma are trying to play their strengths here. Both We Are and Mind Control are strong. But Secret, they're going to move in. Onto Mind Control. Mind Control tries to self-decrepify, but he just gets popped through that as We Are also blocked up by Zai with the Ghost Shroud and the 1 charges. He is back up to full. Kuro charging in onto Puppey. Puppey being the folk Puppey. Able to Fate Edict himself as Nigma cannot dive any deeper for the Oracle. He'll be fine. But is the push slowed down a little bit? This tier 1 is still very low in the mid lane. We are trying to stick around to finish it off. Zai trying to hold the fort, hold them back. Miracle resulting to a bit of jungling. Will find himself a tasty bit of jelly.
All bears love honey.
Oh, they do. They do indeed. Mid lane. Yeah, Absol. We'll get this kill here. He tried to stop them with the fish. With the 4 of them, they'll kill off the Shakers. So Nigma, they are getting objectives. They're able to push and play aggressive. Problem is, space is there on the map. Matu, he is a master of the space. Necrobook already coming out, the level 2, and 500 away from that level 3. So we saw obviously a quick level 3 Necrobook last game on Zai. Matu is on track to beat that timing this game. He's had complete free farm on the life.
I believe Universe is master of the space, not Matumba Man, but okay.
That's true. It's a close second, you know.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a very fast Necrobook 3 once again.
Yep.
Then you have another way of like dispelling things.
On mid. Nigma still playing around with Secret despite having already taken that objective. Both GH and Weeheart remained in the area, and all that ended up was giving Nisha another kill. He's 2-0-2. The DD room will get denied. Matu trying to chase him with the ultimate. Zai cutting across, able to slow down Weeheart with the chakra on the roof from Puppey, holding him within it. Weeheart will fall. TP's come in, but Miracle's got to get out of it. He's not prepared to fight into this full force push of Secret. A Secret off the back of that kill. They'll try for the tier 1. TPs are coming in. Zai in position to start the fight off though. Nigma do try and commit mind control. The trees are cut. He'll drip down the wall. Roll forward from GH. Drops the ult onto Nisha. Nisha's getting low. Fate's Edict will protect him from some of the magical damage. Tries to turn and punch back. Kuro continuing to persist and stay on top of the storm, but he's taking too much damage. The Spirit Breaker goes down. GH gets cut across as well by Zai. Moving in with a cheeky Ironwood tree play there to set up the timber chain.
It's the best item you can get on Timbersaw, level 1. You can deal extra damage from whirling that or just run away with the timber chain.
Yeah, it really is.
Still chain. And you can see Zai's understanding of this game. Like, he's not building any greedy items. He's just... this is the second set of raindrops that he bought.
Yeah, and it's paying off. It's making it impossible for them to burst him in these engagements. 2-0-3. Yeah, once he gets the hood and almost certainly the pipe online for the team, a lot of Nigma's power at this stage is going to be shut down, and that power of course already very limited in comparison to what Secret have built up in 9-2 2k lead, and you're just seeing all 3 cores right of Secret. Nisha's not died, Matu's not died, and Zai hasn't died. You haven't managed to kill any of Secret's cores here 12 minutes in. It's a big worry already for Nigma's. Mid lane GH tries to roll away. Yapsor says no, drops an Echo Slam straight onto the head of the GH Spirit. The Secret can look to finish this tier 1 mid. Miracle, he's heading across. He's got his phase boots, but that is all at this stage of the game. Still many items that he needs to be any threat to Secret's heroes. Matu is taking this tier 2 top 12 minutes in. Nigma's got to do something about it. They're coming in now with the TPs. Matu popping the ult in an attempt to escape, and he'll be able to run his way away from Weeheart. Turns over towards Kuroki. Kuroki being healed up by Mind Control. The Necrobooks, though, just doing so much damage. They have to decrepify. Mind Control tries to keep him safe, but Puppey steps for the Purifying Flames, nukes down Kuro. Over to Miracle they go. Miracle popping the ult, retreating as well, as Matu continues to just micro his army that is messing with Nigma so much. Weeheart is now out of mana. They do get the Spirit ult off, turning towards Yapso, but the fish is out. Miracle dies. He has no ult to rely on. Weeheart continuing to just get beaten down by Matu's summons as Matu's micro destroys Nigma. GH is trying to escape, but you cannot run. Matu comes over with those level 3 Necros, as GH will almost certainly fall as well. Matu dominating in all senses here. 4-0-5. This game 2, 13 minutes in. It's beginning to look like it's going to go the same way as game 1 Lacoste.
They had Necrobook 12 minutes in. Last game, they had it 11 minutes in Necrobook 3 this time. So there's a way of dispelling, like they literally have more heroes. This is how Necrobook is strong right now. And Ursa, I see Vlad's queued up by Ursa. Like, you need damage. If he decides to go for Vlad's, they literally have no damage. All the magical damage is mitigated by Oracle.
Yeah.
disarm on top of that. Like, who's gonna scale? If you go lads, you're not gonna, even if you have like Basher at the moment, it could change things a bit, but he has 100 gold in the bank.
A good triangle on Matt. They do manage to find him, he's able to zip across in time. Matthew getting low, they've got the Reaper's sight, they'll finish him off. It's a big kill for Nigma. They do get the Lycan, can they try and chase for more? GH looking towards Yapsor. He's not able to kick out with the boulder smash, though, still uncalled out. Nisha, still having a bit of a poke at Nigma from the sidelines. The ward is down, so have to respect that a little bit. Miracle stepping away from his team. He's getting bursted, has the ult, turns over towards them. Puppy still has false promise available to save whoever gets up on. GH is in trouble. They'll zip forward. The Fisher clipping Miracle. GH taken out by Nisha. Over towards Miracle they go. He's got no ult to rely on. Nisha gets the double kill. Over towards Weeha they go. They may have killed Matu, but they're paying big time with 2 heroes down. Yapsel drops the slam. Triple kill for Nisha. The buyback comes out from Kuro. Zai starting to disengage. The mana is low on
Just
Secret.
lock them off with Fisher. That's it.
Done exactly that. The buyback from Kuro won't allow Nigma to find anything in return. That is the problem with how far behind Nigma are. They can commit everything to kill one of Secret's cores, to kill Matumba Man, but Secret can very easily just turn and take the favorable trade at this point.
Secret supports are like complementing each other so well. Like, they're taking care of another. You can see how close they're standing in a team fight. Like, Puppy's in trouble, there's gonna be a Fisher. If Earthshaker is taking any kind of damage, Puppy's gonna save him.
I mean, you gotta look at this. Look at this Yapsor Shaker's KDA. He's 1-1-17. This is a man who was level 1 at 6 minutes, and he's been involved in 18 of the 19 kills the Secret have had. The amount of moves and involvement that he's had has been insane to start this game off. Bottom, Puppy will be found. There's a 3-man Fisher again from Yapsor. They try and move in onto Matu. Matu stepping back with the ult. Can they actually do anything in it? But they've got 5 heroes. They've killed off Oracle. Can they get anything else out of this? Kuro charging onto Matthew. It's underneath the tower, though. Nisha's able to zip across, pull Kuro back into tower range. Kuro will fall. That's a dieback.
They know. They're picking out this ward in the lane. Also, Team Secret is so strong right now. They can get the Roche, and every single time you steal Roche from like Templar's Assassin's lineup, Ursa's lineup, they kind of suck after that. They're relying on having Aegis in their hands.
Visibility.
Dire's middle tower.
And there's very little
is under
chance
attack.
that Secret's going to give them any chance of taking that. Nisha on the hunt with his invis. Maybe seeing if he can find a quick grab. Miracle. Can he burst him? That's the question before Miracle get the ult off. He's going to try. He pulls him in. Miracle's low. Does get kicked back. The silence was there from the Earthspring to stop the Fisher, and they are able to turn. They get Nisha. Very, very nice silence there from GH. He was able to clip Yapsor before a Fisher came out, preventing the enrage from Miracle. So little moves like that from GH, ensuring that Secret do lose that hero, lose the Storm Spirit.
I don't think you can kill Ursa there. He is fairly tanky, but you can try to like force Enrage and just get out, but the GH with the very quick silence.
Yeah, very, absolutely bang on from GH there. Otherwise that would have taken another turn for the worse for Nigma, without a doubt. That would have been a dead Ursa once again. As it was able to kill Matu. No, sorry, kill Nisha now. So now they've managed to tackle 2 of the cores. They've managed to kill Matu once, they've killed Nisha once. Zai, of course, is still yet to be touched. He sits there in the superior KDA realm of 507. This Timber hasn't died, and he's definitely the harder out of the 3 to take down. But Nigma able to slow down, you know, sort of stop the bleeding a little bit.
They were sort of going for pipe, like new pipe got the nerve to have an extra recipe, extra gold cost on top of that, and I want to see Kevin's Halberd. Like, that item is just so insanely good, amplifies the healing on you and the disarm against the Ursa. He can't get rid of that. Like, yeah, Absor, man, you said he was level 1, 6 minutes in. He's involved in pretty much every single kill.
Yeah, it's great.
And he has a Blink Dagger, 18 minutes in.
Yeah, he's certainly not been disappointing on his Shaker performance this game. I mean, in the last game as well, the whole series it's just been top form Yapsor.
Is under attack.
Shaker game 1, Rubik game 1, Shaker in game 2,
Top tower has
and
fallen.
both performances have been absolutely. You don't get any better than this. Mid lane, we are. Has the Greaves complete. See what he does start to build into next. Just trying to buff up this 5-man team fight that Nigma have in a way that he can keep his heroes alive. They do a lot of damage on Secret. They're going to need a lot of sustain. Eyes onto Weehaw. Matu's in with the chase. There's the block from Yapsor. Drops down the Fisher. Weeha's able to get the Ghost Shroud out. He'll back up with the dispels there. Takes it off. Weeha's falling low. Kuro tries to help, but there's no saving the Weehaw Necrophos as he falls yet again. Kuro also to go down. Zip across for Nisha. He's still got mana to play with as GH also caught out. 3 dead again.
Like, this Lycan can do whatever he wants if you, like, think about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a Ghost Shroud, Pugna's gonna decrypify me. There's 4 other heroes, and there's a ton of, like, magical damage. Just a burst from Oracle. There's a Dispel. One of the reasons why he decided to go straight into that Necro book, no Helm of the Dominator in this game. Just wanted to add that Dispel straight away.
And as you mentioned earlier, this is a very painful objective for Nigma to lose. Maybe if they could have found some way to get a kill and move Miracle into the pit, they would have been able to start the turnaround. But as it is, losing the Aegis to Secret side, Miracle's game on the Ursa just gets tougher and tougher.
Kuro had enough. Check what he has queued up.
Oh, what's he done?
Scanning.
Oh, excellent build. This is actually a really good... The Battle Fury Breaker. I mean, he's not going to buy it. I hope he does.
He's not going to buy it even if this game lasts for like 80 plus minutes.
Mate, we can dream. We can hope for it.
He's just trolling. He understands the position he is in right now.
No. This is some, you know, sort of 5-head play. As we are. Fission's out. Kuro's going to try and charge across, get the Morphin, but there's Yapsor in with the 3-man slam. Keeping his game as beautiful as ever. Another beautiful jump. And mind control. He'll try and drain Pup, but Puppy's able to put a stop to it with a Fate Seeding. Fisher's out once more. Mind control. He'll fall. There's 4 dead on Nigma. GH is also in their team wipe. It's been a, well, I say it's been a rough series. It's been a rough tournament for Nigma, and it's not getting any better here, Lacoste. If anything, it's only getting worse here.
Yeah, it's really not looking good for them. Also, this was a fight with Storm Spirit, who just finished Bloodstone with Arcane Rune. That's how you farm Battle Fury. You try to kill supports in the back lines.
Yeah. I mean, charging in like that when they're calling GG with that sort of move. Charging in when your team is dead to 5. You wonder, is it frustration? Are they having a laugh at the moment? Are they keeping spirits high? I don't know if they can. This game is rough. It's 30-5, 12k lead for Secret. 22 minutes in.
Oh, you said they were keeping their spirits high. I think they were keeping their spirit dead, Spirit Breaker dead.
Yeah. I mean, as you say, how much money has he got to go to farm the Battle Fury? Let's look at the positives. He's 580 gold closer towards the Battle Fury. Oh, he's dead again. Okay. All right. He's 500 gold towards the Battle Fury. Mind control is dead. Nisha is gonna live. Weeha's gonna die.
Get the kill.
Oh, he's there we go. Oh no.
That's just styling.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, so let's do the math once again on that Battle Fury.
The Battle Fury check. Well, to be fair, maybe dying is actually good for him, because if he's dead, he can't die when he's dead, and when he's dying, he's losing money when he dies.
Wow. I think you just broke the game, Owen.
Whoa! This is a comeback, Lacoste. What the hell? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a comeback.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's not. There's no comeback to be had here.
I mean, it is time to call it.
Yeah.
25 Bloodstone charges.
Well, come on. We'll see it. Buyback from Kuro. Charge in. Just give it one last hurrah. Come on, Kuro. Just charge him. Oh, Nisha jumping in onto mind control. Oh, the slam from Yapsor. He's out. That is fun, this game. 2-1 and 27. Not your standard Yapsel game. He's normally the master of kill stealing. This game, he's played a very, very nice, proper support game. 2-1, 27 assists.
If he had 29-1-0, like that sounds much better.
I mean, in his head, he does. He's like, guys, why do you keep stealing my kills?
Oh, they're going for a wraparound.
Oh!
Nigma, they're ganking the side lane creeps. Check this out.
They're ganking the small cap.
Are scanning.
Now, where they go? Wait, no, they don't know!
They're
Oh, it's a trap!
Hey, no.
Oh, it's a trap! Oh, Maxu, he wasn't ready for this! He didn't expect that one bit! Oh!
This is what you get for leaving us, or we kicking you, whatever happened. GG,
Yeah.
that's what they've been waiting for.
That's all they wanted to do this game. The trap was set. Oh, and the game is up. Well, I didn't think it could get worse than game one. It did Lacoste. It wasn't a pretty series for Nigma, but look at the positives for Secret. This whole